Hey, 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 good morning, my cyber friend. This is the Minute Man, back at you again. Same place, Studio B, praising God and giving Him the glory. Been up a little while, got myself ready, believe it or not, ready to go for church services this morning. And we want to say good morning to all the cyber friends, and we give God the praise, y'all. We thank Him for, as well as it is, we thank Him for everything, for the invisible and the visible. We thank Him for all things. And we thank Him for His darling Son, Jesus, the one that died on Calvary's cross, that we might have a right to the tree of life. Um, y'all look at my title this morning, and it said, "Live so God can use you." That was the song title from one of my favorite quartet groups from the past called the Nightingales. The Nightingales. If I'm not mistaken, I believe the Nightingale was out of Chicago. They were based out of Chicago, I think. I'm just almost for certain, but I could be wrong. So y'all research me on that. And if y'all find out something different, let me know, please. But I believe the Nightingale was based out of Chicago. But at any rate, they had a song with the same title, "Live so God can use you." And I want to say this morning, y'all, in the words of the militaries, United States Army, I say I'm sitting here this morning. I say I'm standing tall and looking good. That was a one. That was a phrase that we used in the military, big time, especially during my era. During my era, when I went into the military during Desert Shield and Desert Storm, that was those my eras, and I we used that standing tall and looking good. And I'm saying it this morning, as I told you, I'm sitting here ready for services this morning. Yes, I am ready. I know y'all saying, but you got on a t-shirt. Yes, I have on a t-shirt. My pastor, Annie, I'm a member of the Antioch Missionary Baptist Church. I am a deacon, also the minister of music. And my pastor is Reverend Christopher Williams, and he had told everybody and given them license that we had permission to dress down from now until further notice, because it's hot, it's very hot, and you want everybody to be comfortable. It is not what you wear anyway, y'all. If we would just remember that it's not what you wear that makes you a better person or a worse person or whatnot. It has nothing to do with that. But when I say standing tall and looking good, let me tell you something. This title, "Live so God can use you," it is very, if you think about the phrase standing tall and looking good, y'all, I sat here this morning and this is August the 1st, 2021. And I can remember 1 year ago this day, I was yet in Phoebe Putney Memorial Hospital with a left leg that was gone at the bottom of the knee, with an operation done been in my heart through my wrist, going to my heart for congestive heart failure, what I had when I first got sick. And then they treated me for a hair come some about 2 years later. I remember this day, this Sunday, but August the 1st last year, this time, I was in Phoebe Putnam Memorial Hospital, just about on my way out, because I was released from the hospital on August the 5th last year, and my aunt Chi got me, her and her son Stephen, my first cousin, and she nursed me back, gave me care through my therapy that I had to have rehabilitation, and she did all of that from August the 15th to September the 6th, from August the 5th to September the 16th, before I ever came home. Y'all, you see what I mean? Before I ever came home. And then that was kind of cut I cut that kind of short myself because I had gotten, I'm telling y'all, I mean, I had got a little impatient. God knows I did because going back and forth I was running back and forth to the doctor and all. But I'm letting you know, that's how come I can sit here this morning and be so thankful and grateful to God and to the people that had the hand in putting me back on my feet. And my auntie, and y'all see her on Facebook, her name is Lily Ann Colvin. That's my aunt. That's my daddy's baby sister. And we, she got me, fed me, nursed me, kept me clean. I mean, did all the things that I needed to do, the thing that I couldn't do for myself, and got me back to where I am now. So don't y'all know that I'm gonna live where God can use me? God brought me through all of that, and then I'm gonna sit here and not give Him the credit and the praise that He's so willing, more He so well deserved, because it could have been the other way. My brothers and sisters, I tell you, yes, I'm standing tall and looking good, and I'm going to represent Christ well. You see, we represent Christ well by standing tall and looking good for Him. Not to go around and thinking we looking all that, we all of that in a bag of potato chips, y'all. No. Because some of us, I mean, not just to be putting all jokes aside, some of us, we act like we a bag of Granny Goose potato chips instead of trying to be the big chip. But if we say we represent Christ, we should look like it. We should act like it. If we living so God can use us, we're going to stand tall and we're going to look like our Christ. And we're going to act like, I mean, if I go out here this morning, even with dressed down attire that I am on, but if you look at my attire, yeah, this is a t-shirt, but look at what it says. Justified. I love this. This is one of the shirts that my daughters. Let me rephrase that. I know some of you, I got to let you know, because I said, I told y'all I have no biological kids from my Lord. But I didn't tell you I didn't have any. They are my step kids. But nevertheless, this is part of my Father's Day gift that I got from the girls. And this was one of the shirts, and yeah, as you notice, I love this. I love all of it. Now I got another one. Well, you see, I don't want to give it away, but this said all of them. I gave shout out to all the girls. They really did this, but this is one of them. It said justified. You see, y'all, all of us that belong to Christ, this is what we are. We are justified. In other words, not because anything, like I said, I'm standing tall and looking good, as far as I'm concerned. Now, I can't help what you may think. I think of this of my own self, that I know, because I know who I am in Christ Jesus. I'm nothing by myself, but in Him, I'm everything. Justified, meaning that God now looks at me. Justified, never sinned. Oh, yeah. I know that's hard for a lot of us to grab, y'all, but living so God can use you. Like the song the Nightingale sang years ago, anytime, anywhere. That's the way we should be living. In other words, wherever we go, whatever we do, whatever situation we stand in, we should always be living so God can use us. We should be a living testimony. Not one that just want to be seen all the time, but we should be a living testimony. Pastor taught Bible study this week, and we were talking about all these stars. It ain't no stars in Jesus Christ. You ain't got no superstar. We are all stars, but there are no superstars. See, you just as important as anybody else inside the body of Christ. But we must live so God can use us. And y'all, I'm gonna be honest with you this morning. I tell y'all the truth. I feel good because I'm glad, because I'm fixing to go to the house of the Lord. I get strength just from that alone. Even though I may not feel physically, I got some little aches Not bad though, but I still have a few things that's going on with me. I still have a few things that's going on with me. But I thank God it ain't where it was last year this time. Last year this time. And I'm just grateful for all of you. And my prayer, like I said, for my church family, for all of the people that, you know, the church people that all of my Christian brothers and sisters, all of us, right now, there are some things, some changes have been made, but it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop me from loving the people that I once was with. Cause y'all, everybody know that I told, matter of fact, I had to talk to one of my girl. I call her Christine Hope. Was the president of the choir at Pleasant Grove for many years, and I played for Pleasant Grove. Well, might as well say just about 27, 28 years. But things change, y'all. Things change. Not whatever the reason was, things changed a little bit. So we gonna still look for something great to come out of that. That doesn't mean that I stopped loving the people. I just had to change and do some things, and it called for me to go back to my home church on that particular Sunday. I'm still with New Salem CME, where the head steward is Beatty Clark, and the pastor there is Reverend Ernell Wilburn, my classmate. He was Ernell was about a year older than me, but nevertheless a friend. And his sister, we all was classmate. Jan, that's my classmate, and Kim, his younger sister. We all know each other. We just like brothers and sisters. We used to walk up and down Andrew Street every day, coming to and from my school, where I graduated from, to Randolph County Comprehensive High School. We still love the people. Y'all, we sometimes see life changes, things change, circumstances change. There might come a time, if I keep a living and life keep going as it is on this planet, there might even come a time where I have to do a movement for my own church. I never know that. God have a way. God moves, that the old people used to tell us, that God moves in a mysterious way and his wonders to perform. We don't know what our next step is, but we must live so God can use it. In other words, so whatever Abraham didn't even know where he was going when God told him to leave. Abraham didn't know where he was going, but he left on God's word. And that's what we must do. If we put the faith in God like Abraham did, to just do whatever God tells us to do, knowing that whatever God say, that's what's going to be the best for us in the long run. It may not look like it at that particular point in time, but believe me, that is the best thing for you. I can look back now over these last 3 years, from February the 9th on that Friday evening night at my home church, where I first got hit with this illness. I can look back on that now, and I can see some things. I can see some things. I just say it like that. I want to say, see, God didn't bring. It wasn't God's will. That's what when man, God could have stopped. God could have stopped such a. Perhaps I don't know God's plan, but I know He had a plan for me, because I'm still here. Went through the fire, and I'm still here. But I'm gonna still give God all the praise and the glory for the good as well as the bad. And I know God cannot do any bad, so I know that what happened, most of it was my own fault of not paying attention to my body, following Satan. Oh yeah, following Satan. We just doing any kind of way. God has a set plan, and his plan for all of us, y'all, is for good and not bad. That is God's plan for all of us. But these things come upon us when we what? Fail to obey and listen to his word and listen to him, period. That's where it come by. So right here this morning, I tell y'all that I'm ecstatic. I'm glad to be finna get ready to go to the house of prayer one more time. and going with a different frame of mind, not for shape, form, and fashion, but in spirit and in truth, knowing in whom I believe. And we're going to do everything we can to try to be a light that maybe somebody else can see and come on in and come on home to our Savior. That's my purpose now. That's my purpose. In my music, in my book writing, I'm not through writing books. I'm not by a long shot. I told y'all I was taking a break, and I am, because there's some of the things that I wanna do right now. I wanna pick up, like I had to pick up my guitar back. And once I get that, because I'm gonna be employing that as well as a couple other things. My buddy Pete had that 5-string bass y'all saw out there in the studio yesterday. That's my buddy Pete. He Pete from Perfect Praise allowed me to use that bass of his. That was one of his basses. That's his bass. But I've been had it now for a pretty good while. He have had let me use it because I was going to learn to play the bass. But like I said, the circumstances happened. I got to get to it too. So there's a lot of things that Admitted Man has got on his plate that we're going to try to get done, and I'm going to have to balance it. But guess what? I wanted y'all to know, if we trust in God and live so he can use us, everything will be all right. Everything will work out. And I just want to say here too, like I said, on this year anniversary of me being out of the hospital and went through all the ordeals that I've been through thus far, I want to thank all the caregivers. Like I said, I want to especially thank my auntie, Lily Ann Colvin, and her son, my first cousin, Stephen, for taking this old boy in and nursing me back to help to get me back on my feet thus far. I will account for them for what they did. That is the reason why I'm sitting here this morning getting ready to go to church service. Because if it had not been for that, and there is no telling. See, God always have somebody. God always have somebody for you. If you just trust him, at least. And my baby sister, Laura Ann Thorne, I don't even have the words, because, oh my God, I don't even have the word for my baby sister, what she did. Oh my God. We just thank her and my brother-in-law, Greg, her husband named Gregory. Greg and Laura, we never will forget you either. Oh my God. I just can't get enough. And all my siblings, all of them. Vaughn, Ernest Terrell, Eric, little tiny Tim, that's the baby boy. Love all of you. My sister Betty, Kathy, my sister that's gone on, Amy, and Pamela. Pamela is my baby sister on my mom's side. Laura Ann is my baby sister on my dad's side. We thank God for each and every one, and I'm the eldest out of all, but I thank God for each and every one of them. And y'all believe it, when I was going through all this stuff last year, and I understand y'all, there was a lot of things that y'all wanted to do, you couldn't do it because of this crazy thing called COVID-19. They wouldn't even allow people to come to see you in the hospital, but that was okay. At least I had what I needed, and my baby sister Laura Ann saw to that. In other words, because she was the one that was mobile and was able to do more than the rest, because of the fact that her situation had changed a little bit and made her and enabled her to do what she did. And I look at that, and that was a strategy move by God as well, y'all. It's a lot that y'all read my book, please. Read the book. It's all in there. It's all in there. But I want to just say, those are the people, y'all. And I mean, really and truly, called from when I first got sick in February 2018. Y'all, I couldn't even see how to, my vision left me so bad, I couldn't even really see how to even sign a form. I was so weak and sick, I didn't feel like even being bothered with paperwork. It was Bonnie that did all that paperwork for me and all that. In the beginning, Bonnie was the one that did all of that. And then when after when Laura Ann got wind that I was like in that way and I was so sick, that's when Laura Ann came around and she got the ball. She took the football in her hand at that time, got me to where and did all the other stuff for me according to for the veterans as a vet. She knew about that. Cause my sister worked 20 something years at the Marine base in Albany, and so she knew exactly what the procedures to follow. Other people, y'all, we got to give credit to, because I remember one day me and Bonnie, she had me over at the Dr. Giotti, and this time we was trying to get, Laura Ann was trying to get me my stuff done through the VA, like ID and everything like that there, and it was Kelly. It was Kelly that did some stuff for me as well, because Laura Ann was working with her on that. And I never will forget, I'm sitting there in the doctor's office and taking pictures and sending it to Kelly. Kelly was Bonnie's former daughter-in-law. Y'all, I said that because, see, a lot of people don't even pay attention to marriages no more. They don't even, some of them don't even pay attention to marriage no more. They said this mine and this yours and that. But, she was both our daughter-in-law, really. Our daughter-in-law, however people want to call it. But it was through that. Even then, you see the measures that she was undertaking and undergoing to try to get me where I needed to be. And y'all, I will never. If I live and die and come back again, I still will always remember the people that was involved in this. And so I try to show that by the way I treat them. Living so God can use you, y'all. That's the point in the matter. Standing tall and looking good. Come on, soldiers. Soldiers of the cross now. But nevertheless, still a soldier. Live so God can use you. To the next video, next Bible study, whichever comes first. Those of you that going out to the house of prayer this morning, go with the right spirit in mind. Go with the right attitude. Let's go and let us live so God can use you. Until the next time, whatever you get into, if God is not in it, come on out of it, because it's going to come to nothing. Until the next video, next Bible study, whichever comes first. This is Mitty Man saying peace and good day.